Good morning, Tottenham fans. Sonny's had an offer from America. Will he be leaving this summer? I'll give you my thoughts on that. If the Morgan Gibbs White deal falls through, Spurs may be looking at getting Harvey Elliot. I'll tell you why I think this is a great idea, but this is a dividing opinion. And I'll give you my theory on the real reason why we are playing 2 games this Saturday, and I don't think it's just about fitness. Now, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. I'm on the road to 3,000 subscribers. Thank you to everyone that's contributed to this channel. It's much appreciated. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the show today. Now, let's first talk about Son Heung-min. Now, there was an offer coming from LA. Tottenham have received an offer from LAFC for club captain Son Heung-min. Son is contractually obliged to play in the pre-season friendly in Seoul next month, but he could then depart for a decade after a decade at the club. Now, for me, if we were to sell Sonny, this would probably be the best time to do it. We watched him in the friendly. I know he's not match sharp yet or match fit, but he looked way off it. He didn't even look that happy, to be honest. But this guy is a club legend. He's a club captain who's won a trophy. He's been here for 10 years. He's lived the dream of lifting a trophy with Spurs. He will leave as a hero. And, you know, it's just the perfect time. And if he went to LA, I'd think that'd be the perfect place for him. They'd treat him so good. They'd honour him. They'd treat him like a king, to be honest. He'd have such a big, huge following there as well. And it'd be probably a good step for him. The reason why I think he's definitely be going this summer, first of all, he's on his last year of his contract. I cannot imagine Spurs letting him go on a free. He doesn't look like he's going to be signing a new contract, so that again, that will add to him not staying. Spurs could get money for him. There's lots of interest from Saudi, from America, from Turkey, everywhere. Lots of people are interested in this guy. This guy's 33 years old. Whoever he signs for next will be his last contract, I'm assuming. So, you know, and we keep being linked to lots of left wingers as well. You know, we've been linked to Semenyo, Eze, Grealish, most recently Garnacho as well. So I honestly believe that Spurs are looking to sell him, and I don't think he's going to get a new contract, and I honestly believe he will be gone this summer. He obviously can't leave until after the Korean tour, but after that, you know, I think he's still got a chance of playing in the Super Cup before we sell him. That's a week before the season starts, so hopefully he could, fingers crossed, lift a Super Cup as well as the Europa League before he leaves. Ultimate legend. Sonny's got more trophies than the whole of Arsenal history, and that'd be perfect timing. For me, I honestly think he's leaving this season. If he doesn't and he stays, that's great. I'll be watching a few games this season as well. I'm going to go to a few games, so I'd love to see him live one more time. That would be brilliant. So for me, if he stays, he goes, it doesn't matter to me, but logically, I just think it's time for him to leave now. I just think it's the best time. Now, we have 2 games on Saturday, and this is what Frank said, and then I'll give you my opinion. He said, we wanted an extra game in our schedule to give as many players as many match minutes as possible in order to put them in the best position physically. We will play 2 even strong teams, and they will play between 60 and 75 minutes, maybe more. By the end of Saturday, 22 players will have played a lot of minutes, and they will be in a very good place before we go on tour. Now, I agree they are doing it for that reason, but I don't agree that it's solely for that reason. I think we're trying to ramp up sales, and I think that Frank has to speed up his opinion on who he wants to keep and who he wants to sell. So I believe he's testing these 2, he's going to watch the players in these 2 games, and he's going to make a decision on which players he's going to keep and which ones. We may even get an inclination if we start hearing noises like Richarlison and Basuma are injured and they're not going on the Korean tour. That might be a clue that they might be getting sold this summer. So it could be that reason. That's just a theory. I just think that he is going to assess his squad, because we are trying to bring more players in, and we 100% have to get players out. Now, the obvious players for me that would be going out would be players like Richarlison and Basuma. Richarlison, mainly because he's never ever available. Our first friendly this season, he was injured. He wasn't available. Now, Thomas Frank said no, we needed to get him match sharp and all that, but he's had all summer and he's still not ready to play football. It's very concerning to me. It's a big red flag if he's not even available for friendlies. You're supposed to get match fit during friendlies. That's the whole point of it. Basuma, for me, he's on his last year of his contract. I just think that he makes too many mistakes. He's too inconsistent. We've never seen the best of Basuma since he left Brighton. When he was at Brighton, he was absolutely outstanding. I don't think we've seen that in Basuma. The closest we saw it was the last few games of the Europa League run in the quarterfinals, semi-finals and final, where he was actually very, very good. But consistency is a huge problem for Basuma. He's on the last year of his contract. So those two are the obvious ones that we may be letting go. Sonny, I've already spoken about that. I think he'll be let go soon as well. And all three of them we can get money for and use that to really develop our squad even more. I think Ben Davies could be going. He's also in the last year of his contract. He signed an extension, but was that just so we can get money for him? Because we have got a wealth of centre-backs and he will find it very hard to get into the side now. Solomon's gone a bit quiet for the last few weeks. I think Frank wants to see him this weekend to make a decision on him. I honestly believe that he will be sold too. We've already done loan moves for Dorrington and Phillips. They've both gone out to the same clubs that they were loaned to last season in Aberdeen and Stoke. We should be loaning out Lancashire, Devine and a few of the other youngsters. They'll be loaned out as well. So it's clear we need outgoings to, we need to be more ruthless. That's what I'm trying to say. We need to get these outgoings going. And I think these two games is so he can get a better view of what's going on and then decide on outgoings. And I think this is Frank being a little bit more ruthless, which will be good. There could be some surprises as well. We may even see Bentancur leave, as he's also on his last year of his contract. So you never know whether he'll be going as well. Especially because Morgan Gibbs-White's coming in and we're looking at signing a 6. Where's Bentancur going to play? Is he going to play in the 8? But, we've got Bergvall there fighting for a place. Papassar fighting for a place too. So, not sure. Maybe Dragushin might be sold, but he's injured, so it'd be very hard to sell him. Odegaard might be a surprise departure. He's only been here for a season and he was injured for the whole of it, so I'm not sure that would happen. But he could be loaned out to get match fitness. You don't know. But with only a few weeks left now until the Super Cup, we really need to push to really sort this squad out. We need to shape this squad, get this ready for the Premier League start and for the Super Cup. So now for the news about Morgan Gibbs-White. Now, there's a lot of news saying that Morgan Gibbs-White deal might fall through, or it might drag on too long and Spurs might not want to drag it on for that long. So they're looking at alternatives just in case, and one of those alternatives was Harvey Elliot. Now this is dividing opinion because half the fan base for Spurs don't rate him and the other half think he's excellent. There's no in between. People saying he's rubbish or brilliant. Let me know in the comments if you're in the middle or you're not sure. But for me, I really rate Harvey Elliot. I really think he would be a very good addition to this Spurs side. He can play in the 10 or in the 8. His work rate is insane. He's got a sweet left foot. He's a great team player, great link-up play. Like I said, he's good with interceptions. He's quick off the mark as well. He's only just turned 22, so he's 3 years younger than Morgan Gibbs-White. Still got a long time to develop as well. I heard some remarks from some people saying they've not forgiven him for what he said about Harry Kane, but he was around 15 years old when he did that. He was only a kid. I would never hold that against him whatsoever. We all do stupid crap when we're youngsters, but Harvey Elliott would be a very good signing. But just don't get me wrong here. I would prefer Morgan Gibbs-White. He's more developed, he's stronger, he's faster, he's more skillful. He's a better all-round player than Harvey Elliott. So don't get me wrong here. I prefer Morgan Gibbs-White over Harvey Elliott. All I'm saying is Harvey Elliott is a decent player and he wouldn't be a bad addition to our squad. Morgan Gibbs-White improves our first 11. Harvey Elliott improves our squad. So that's the difference, I think, in them two. But honestly, I still think the Morgan Gibbs-White deal will get done, because there's no way that Nottingham Forest can deny a release clause. They just can't. And if they can't prove any wrongdoings from Spurs, they won't have a leg to stand on. This might just drag on for a long time, but in the end, if Levy's stubborn, which he is, then he'll get this over the line. I'm very sure of it. In other news, Spurs are looking to maybe sell Devine. This just came in actually to me. Millwall are interested in signing Tottenham's Alfie Devine on a permanent deal during the summer window. That's interesting. If Alfie Devine was to be sold, how much do you think we would get for him? For me, it'd be between 1 and 3 million. He is a decent player, but he's still not at that level just yet, in my opinion. So there you have it. Would you rather have Harvey Elliot or Morgan Gibbs-White, or would you rather Morgan Gibbs-White come through the door and me shut up talking about it? I think that would be more of your preference. How do you feel about Sonny leaving? It's going to be a very, very sad day when he does. I just got a huge feeling it will be this summer. So let me know in the comments what you thought of today's video. Thank you for watching, and come on you Spurs.